Hey guys, Kevin Shaw here, editor-in-chief of Mopar Connection Magazine. In today's episode, we're doing something a little different as we're stepping away from our big bore Hemis and Stroker 440 motors and are taking on something rather unusual, a 4-liter 6-cylinder Jeep engine. Our buddy Adoni Vega has a pair of TJ project vehicles in addition to his blacked out Overlander Jeep Wrangler 4-door that you might have seen in our Jeep Overland trail riding video. I'll definitely put the link up here in the corner if you haven't already seen it. And Adoni wanted to build a stroker motor, and there's a lot of kits available for these 4 liters, and we're looking at making a 4.6 liter out of this. So we found this really great buy on Facebook Marketplace for just $300, and according to the owner, only had 133,000 miles. We're going to crack into it and see if that's a bunch of malarkey or not.
Well, before I take this thing out of the bed, and since Adoni's taking most of this home, besides obviously the long block, I am going to start stripping most of this off. I'm going to take the exhaust off, I'll take the flywheel off, I'll try to take the intake manifold off. We'll grab most everything, then we'll get it up in the air, we'll drain the oil out of it, take the oil filter off. Obviously motor mounts have to come off, so we'll just start taking this thing apart and making a big nasty mess in the back of his truck. We'll get going. Alright, we're about a half an hour or so just stripping off things. It's getting a little messy, not a big deal. It is full of fluid, it is full of coolant, full of oil. So this is a complete and total teardown, which is okay. So we're just gonna keep chipping away at this big old monster, try to get everything off of this as much as we can, and we'll go forward from there. What the hell did I sign up for? Jeeps. It's a Jeep thing. It's a Jeep thing. It's a Jeep thing. Just keep telling yourself it's a Jeep thing. Okay, we discovered a couple things, probably why we got such a good deal on this engine block. We got a broken off bolt right here, and 2 of our motor mounts were broken off here. Pretty good. Which explains why the previous owner was running these monster solid motor mounts. Well, they're not solid, you got rubber in there. But these big old motor mounts, because if you look, you got 7 points. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 points. So what we're gonna do, we'll use these motor mounts again. This is a big solid motor mount. We like it. The Brown Dog Off-Road. Yeah, that's a pretty trick. We'll use these 3. These are weak right here. And then these 2 are good. So a good 7-point motor mount. I mean, obviously these aren't looking great. We can have the machine shop clean them up a little bit. Maybe see if they can tap them a little deeper. Other than that, we're gonna press our luck, because I think 7 points of hard mounting, I think we'll be all right. But it's the kind of stuff that you got to find when you dig open an engine. I'll tell you what, I'll swing this around. What are you doing, Ro? Yeah, not so bad. All right, let's drop her just a hair, just so it's not totally nose heavy or top heavy. We'll have to bring it up just to mount it. Yeah. But All right, we'll bring her over. Let these guys on. You might have to pump it up a hair.
Got it.
Yeah. You gotta slide her in. There she is. All right, now let her down. You know, let it down. There you go. Go for it. Cool. All right, let me move it just a smidge. Oop. Yeah, that's right. All right, cool. Let's drop our Mickey Mouse ratchets here. Okay, we've got the last motor mount off. Got the dipstick tube ready to pull. Distributor, oil pan. We'll drain what oil is in because I'm guaranteeing this thing's full of oil. It still had coolant in it, so let's just get the messy work out of the way. Although a lot of this is going to be replaced, I don't want to throw anything away in case we do need to use a few parts. Oh, good. Last spark plug. They're coming out clean. We had some injectors that were a little dirty, but the spark plugs all look beautiful, so that's good news. That's, you know, you never know what you're going to get when you buy something off of Facebook Marketplace. But thus far, we've been pretty lucky. It's an official Mopar filter, so at least the guy was brand loyal. Like that. And the angle of the engine, because of the stand, that means we're gonna have oil right down here in the pan. That sucks. I can't believe this thing was completely full of oil. Because I'm out of traditional engine cleaner, we're using mold and mildew and foaming bleach and everything else to make a chemical World War I chemical bomb.
What's your gas mask?
That's right.
Full on gas mask here.
Donnie had to head to work, so to tap him out, we brought Jim in.
I'm here.
He's just off camera. Dude, I don't want to disassemble this thing in the garage with
yeah.
100,000 miles or 133,000 miles of off-road grime and crap on it. The guy who had this before, he's putting an LS in his Jeep.
Ah,
I know.
There you go.
Well, I'm soaking wet after pressure washing the engine. So while the sun dries that off and I drip dry, I figured Jim and I would take the honors of unboxing the top of our new 4-liter build, and that is a very hard to get by because they're in such high demand aluminum Jeep 4-liter head. Nice. So this is going to be a live unboxing of that. Make sure we watch out for the big old staples that are sure to get you. All right, here, let me put this guy down.
Wow. Wow, that just got a little girth on there. Huh?
Well, I'll tell you what.
For an aluminum head.
Well, I think Edelbrock did a very good job packaging it because, holy crap. There it is. Jeez, guys. Go ahead and pull that.
Well, don't it hurt you? Look in there. That's a lot of aluminum right there.
It is a lot of aluminum.
Holy crap! Look up. That's made nice.
Look at the pedestals.
Yeah.
Those are really stout.
Beefy.
Yeah.
Beefy.
All right. Well,
Very
we obviously got.
Good job, Edelbrock. Look at you
It
guys.
came with dowels already set in it.
Nice.
All right. Let's take a look at the.
Look at them tiny chambers. Nice flat top piston will make some good compression.
Yeah, that'll definitely. All right. Let's look at the specs.
All right.
All right. So specs. Here, we'll put them on camera here. We'll take a screenshot. Get a good. All right. So specs. Let's look at this. Combustion chamber volume is 55 cc's. Intake valve is a 1910. Exhaust is a 1.5. Valve seats hardened powdered metal, non-interlocking. Valve spring diameter 1265. Valve spring installed height is 1720. Oh wow, okay. Valve seat pressure is 100 pounds at 1710, and valve spring open pressure flat tappet cam. I don't think we're going flat tappet. Well, we might. I don't know. I haven't decided what cam we're going to run on this one yet. Flat valve spring open pressure flat tappet is 260 pounds at 400 lift. Max valve lift is a 540. Ooh, can you imagine a 540 in this thing? Yeah.
Maybe give you a part number for flat tappet.
They do give you a part number for the flat tappet cam, the suggested cam, and they give you the torque specs and the sequence. So,
It's all right there. Man.
what we're looking at is ideally what we want to do with that 4-liter build is there is a couple kits that are available. We've been eyeing the one at Rock Auto that's a 4.6. I think you got to go 30 over with the block. I don't know the stroke and I don't know the rod length just yet because I haven't done my homework.
I kind of got thrown in our lap, so.
Well, a cylinder head kind of says, oh, well, I can build from here.
Yeah, why not?
I'm thinking we could do a big port match. That would be nice.
Got nice ports already.
Yeah.
The little meat could be smoothed off.
We don't want to take anything from here, but I bet there's some very easy, because our head bolt goes through there, so we have a little bit of a camel hump right here.
Well, yeah.
But I wonder if we can't port match. This isn't a CNC cut by any means. It's not like the Hemi head that we got.
Small engine, it'll breathe quite well. Right?
Right. I mean, obviously the big thing is that it's a Jeep, so we're looking at low end. We're looking at torque.
Pulling up that hill. Getting out of the mud hole.
Right. All right. Let's take a valve cover off. See what we're looking at.
Sludge.
No.
It's you can tell it's been run, but it's not sludged
Sure.
up. I'd say it's an old. This is the one I like. Has the one-piece metal gasket.
Oh yeah, here. Well,
those are the good ones.
I'll
And
pull
obviously it's sealed pretty well, really.
Yeah.
There's seepage always going to happen,
that. Sure.
especially if you get crankcase pressure. But look how clean them rockers are. Them rockers are like spotless.
Yeah.
They're not all brown and full of stuff. Whoever had it kept the oil changed.
Oh, these are stout. My goodness. Woo! Okay, last ones. push rod. Whoops! Well, let's take a peek. There's our head gasket. Head gasket looks good. Not seeing any bad blowouts. Just dirty. Of course, it's been pressure washed. It is a multi-sheet. And let's take a closer look at our cylinders. See what we got. I mean, obviously we sprayed a bunch of water when we pressure washed the engine, so we're gonna have that problem. It rotates beautifully. Yeah, get that water out. You go right ahead. There you go. Get that out. I mean, honestly, guys, this is a really clean motor. I'm pretty happy with this. And as far as a starting point, yeah, turns over real nice. Shoot. I think we're in good shape. The big thing, of course, is our combustion chamber. Combustion chamber volume is 55 cc's. This is a far more open combustion chamber, and we have a lot of big, really pronounced shrouding around the valves. So the aluminum is definitely going to get us a far better combustion, a far more efficient spark, and a better burn. So you can really see, and I'll get the camera in here and show you just the difference in the shrouding around the valves. I don't think the valve differences, I'll have to look those numbers up, but I really don't see big differences in the valve sizing themselves. But the big gain is certainly in the design of the combustion chamber. So let's take a look at our runners. Our runner sizes are significantly different. First, our exhaust is significantly larger. This is more of a rectangle port. This is more of a square port. We get a lot more flow out of here. Our intakes, if you look at the intake, it also is a far larger intake compared to here. And we are going to go ahead and do a little bit of gasket matching, a little bit of port matching to open this up just a hair more. Nothing too crazy. I don't want to get into where some of our bosses are for the bolts. I don't want to break into anything. But you can certainly see our exhaust is dramatically opened up. The exhaust ports on these are really itty bitty. So that is significant. We're getting a lot of exhaust, a lot of evacuation out of here. And we are getting a big ingress for the intake. So we've opened up both the intake and the exhaust just by swapping to the Edelbrock. So that's gonna gain us quite a bit. Where I'm excited for that. And then of course the combustion chamber, that's gonna be great. So I think it's really worth looking at the differences here. Interestingly, we got that big freeze plug here in the head. You can see that. That plug is absent on the Edelbrock, and of course the Edelbrock head is all greasy because of my hands, as we just took the iron head off. It's interesting is you notice the Siamese webbing on the pedestals versus the individual pedestals. And of course aluminum is softer than steel, so they want to maintain that they still want to maintain that level of integrity, so that'll be really good too. We certainly have a larger opening for a push rod, so that again allows us to change the angle, a little bit of our geometry for the rockers. So instead of such a small, such a tight angle, such a tight opening here on the iron head, Edelbrock allows you to have a large opening here that will allow you to really customize your geometry for your push rods and your rockers. So that too is a good thing. And the last thing I was looking at is spark plug location, and whether they angled the plugs or not. And that can be shown in the combustion chamber too. It doesn't look like it's that much of a difference. I'll have to double check to make sure. But immediate impressions is this head, even on that stock engine, being clean as it is. I mean, we could really just kind of clean it up and go through the engine really well and put this head on it, change the cam, change the rockers. We'd have a pretty stout little 4-liter. But if we want to go to a longer stroke, change the crank out, we definitely want to get every bit of performance we can out of this really nice replacement head. So I think we're gonna try to turn up the wick a little bit on this 4-liter and see what we can make out of it. It'd be really cool to make some decent torque, make some impressive horsepower out of it. These guys did not make a lot of horsepower out of the factory. In most cases, it was less than 200 horse. And we're going to try to get above that. I really think that we can make something that will be streetable, that'll be not too rowdy for the trails, because again, this is going in a Donnie's Rubicon, and he wants to go off-roading with it, and that's the whole point. So we're not going to make it real choppy, but we will give it some good low-end grunt. So I think that is going to be the ticket with this build. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm going to cut in some extra footage of just taking the 6-cylinder apart, taking a good look at the bearings, taking a good look at the rods, just seeing what the bottom end looks like, because obviously we're going to have to pop all the pistons out, pop the rotating assembly out, get that block ready to go over to Tommy's machine and have him really do the check on it, really see what our cylinders look like and see if it can't clean up. And if we can clean it up, we're going to make a really good runner. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why don't you give it a like, maybe leave a comment, and definitely share it with your friends. It'll help us grow the channel. And if you haven't already, why don't you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. And speaking of more content, if you want more awesome Mopar content, please go check us out at www.Mopar Connection Magazine, where new articles are written and published every single day, Monday through Friday, entirely subscription free to you. It's a full-blown magazine that you guys get online for free. We don't need any passwords, there's no sign-ins, there's nothing like that. You literally just go to the website and there's the magazine for you to enjoy. So hopefully you guys can take a minute, check it out, and we'll see you there.